An Encounter with an Interviewer by Mark Twain. The nervous, dapper, pert young man took the chair I offered him and said he was connected with the daily thunderstorm, and added,
"Hoping it's no harm, I've come to interview you."
Come to what?
Interview you.
Ah, yeah, I see. Yes. Yes. How do you spell it?
Spell what?
Interview.
Oh, my goodness. What do you want to spell it for?
I don't want to spell it. I want to see what it means.
Well, this is astonishing, I must say. I-N-N-T-E-R ter.
Oh, then you spell it with an I.
Why, certainly.
Oh, that's why it took me so long.
Why, my dear sir, what do you propose to spell it with?
Well, I hardly know. I was hoping I might tree her among the pictures.
Why, my friend, they wouldn't have a picture of it. My dear sir, I beg your pardon. I mean no harm in the world, but you do not look as intelligent as I had expected you would. No harm. I mean no harm at all.
Oh, don't mention it. It has often been said, and by people who would not flatter, that I am quite retwainable in that way.
I can easily imagine that. But about this interview, you know, it is the custom now to interview any man who has become notorious.
Indeed, I had not heard of it, and it must be very interesting. Now, what do you do with it?
Well, this is disheartening. Customarily, it consists in the interviewer asking questions and the interviewed answering them. It's all the rage now. Will you let me ask you certain questions calculated to bring out the salient points of your public and private history?
Oh, with pleasure. With pleasure. I have a very irregular memory, but I hope you will not mind that. Sometimes it goes in a gallop, and then again it'll be as much as a fortnight passing a given point. This is a great grief for me.
Oh, it is no matter. So you will try to do the best you can?
I will. I will put my whole mind to it.
Thanks. Are you ready to begin?
Ready.
How old are you?
19 in June.
Indeed, I would have taken you to be 35 or 6. Where were you born?
In Missouri.
When did you begin to write?
In 1836.
Why, how could that be if you are only 19 now?
I don't know. It does seem curious somehow.
It does indeed. Who do you consider to be the most remarkable man you ever met?
Oh. Aaron Burr.
Oh, wait. But you never could have met Aaron Burr if you were only 19 years.
Now, if you know more about me than I do, what'd you ask me for?
Okay, well, it was only a suggestion, nothing more. How did you happen to meet Aaron Burr?
Well, I happened to be at his funeral one day, and he asked me to make less noise.
But good heavens, if you were at his funeral, he must have been dead. And if he was dead, how could he care whether you made a noise or not?
I don't know. He was always a particular kind of man that way.
Still, I don't understand it at all. You say he spoke to you and that he was dead.
Oh, I didn't say he was dead.
But wasn't he dead?
Well, some said he was, some said he wasn't.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, it's none of my business. It wasn't any of my funeral.
We can never get this matter straight. Let me ask you about something else. What was the date of your birth?
Monday, October 31st, 1693.
What? Impossible. That would make you, 180 years old. How do you account for that?
I don't account for it at all.
Yeah, but you said at first you were only 19, right? And now you make yourself out to be 180. It is an awful discrepancy.
Why, have you noticed that? Many a time it has seemed to me like a discrepancy, but somehow I couldn't make up my mind. Now, how quickly you notice a thing.
Well, thank you for the compliment. As far as it goes, have you any brothers or sisters?
I think so, yes,
Okay.
but I don't remember.
Well, that is the most extraordinary statement I have ever heard.
Why, what makes you think that?
Well, how could I think otherwise? Who is this a picture of on the wall?
Oh, yes. Now you remind me of it. That was a brother of mine, poor old Bill.
Why is he dead then?
Well, I suppose so. We never could tell. There was a great mystery about it.
Well, that is sad. Very sad. He disappeared then.
Well, yes, in a sort of general way. We buried him.
Buried him. Buried him without knowing whether he was dead or not?
Oh, no, not that. He was dead enough.
Well, I confess that I can't understand this. If you buried him and you knew he was dead...
No, we only thought he was.
Oh, I see. So he came to life again.
I bet he didn't.
Well, I have never heard anything like this. Somebody was dead. All right? Somebody was buried. Now, where was the mystery?
Now that's just it. That's it exactly. You see, we were twins, defunct, and we got mixed in a bathtub when we were only 2 weeks old, and one of us drowned, but we didn't know which. Now, something it was Bill, something it was me.
Well, that is remarkable. What do you think?
Oh, goodness knows. I would give the whole world to know, but I will tell you a secret now. One of us had a peculiar Twain, a large mole on the back of his left hand. That was me. That was the child that drowned.
Well, I believe I have got enough material for the present, and I'm very much obliged to you for the pains you have taken, but, you know, I was a good deal interested in that account of Aaron Burr's funeral. Would you mind telling me what particular circumstance it was that made you think Aaron Burr was such a remarkable man?
Oh, it was a mere trifle. Not one man in 50 would have noticed it at all. When the sermon was over and the procession all ready to start for the cemetery and the body all arranged, nice in the hearse, he said he wanted to take a last look at the scenery, and so he got up and he rode with the driver. Then the young man reverently withdrew. He was very pleasant company, and I was sorry to see him go.